What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Maverick Man 101. Got a video here today from FBE Capital. Older women becoming super creepy in modern dating. Let's go.
That's right, boys, women can be just as creepy as men, if not worse, but you never hear about this because even though there's a massive exploitation crisis going on with female teachers in the classroom,
the female teacher to student relationship cases are happening far too often.
Involves students as young as 12.
You don't usually get so many cases like this back to back to back.
The major news channels are all silent about it, but the reality is, as women get older, they tend to get a whole lot creepier, especially since modern women are addicted to attention and really want to know if they still got it.
But me, like the past 10 years, I don't have any of that male attention.
But before we get into the problems of older women trying to date as they hit the wall, let's quickly first look at two prime examples of older women becoming extremely creepy with their own children, all because they are starved for attention and want to be popular on social media. Take this mother for instance. Now she loves to make cringy TikTok videos with her kids, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But that same mother is also making videos like these on that same account. Like, wow. What the hell is going on here? And when you take a closer look, this entire account just screams single mother begging for attention from her children's friends, constantly needing to show that she still got it. But all she's really showing is that she has zero boundaries or standards. But unfortunately,
Oh, man. You know, wow. So I don't know who these women are. I don't know. I don't follow these content creators, these women, but and you know, just talking to it looks like her kids are probably mixed, and you know, of course they are, right? I mean, you know, black men, I'm sure, probably were drooling over this, and she's making TikToks, twerking with her kids. Gentlemen, you gotta have some standards, man. You really do. And I'm just kind of speechless. I wouldn't say speechless. I don't understand it with you guys, man. You know, because here's the thing. There's no way that she wasn't this ratchet before she had kids. Right. But, you know, a lot of times brothers, black men, you know, we see this and we like falling in love and going crazy over her. And then your end result is she's, you know, doing this. You got to do better, man. Got to do better. Let's look at this next one. Oops. Let's see here.
Zero boundaries or standards, but unfortunately, it can always get a lot worse. Take this mother and son for instance. She has to literally dodge her own son trying to make out with her just to make the video go more viral. What the hell is wrong with these people? Now it's easy to call the son a complete freak for trying to make out with his own mother, but the problem here is that she's the adult and parent in this situation that keeps encouraging him to make this type of nonsense. Since they have dozens of videos where they keep pushing the boundaries, loving the fact that they go viral and that people are disgusted by it. Anyways, all of this degeneracy comes from a weak society with no standards or morals and constantly lets women get away with whatever they want.
Both you and your baby.
Yup, the hoes never stop innovating. Please drop a like if you think that the world lets women do whatever the
I mean, again, it's all about attention. And I think he talked about it at the beginning, right? It's all about attention. Attention is their currency. And so they'll do whatever they can for it. And we'll find a way to justify it, right? You look in the comments, a lot of these women, again, those other two women who were making content with their kids, I bet you if you look in their comments, I bet you people are, well, probably women, and there's probably a lot of simp men in there too, egging them on, cheering them on, like there's some sort of mythological god doing something great for the planet or something, right? So yeah, they're going to keep doing it. Because here's the thing, a lot of people say, oh, well, bring shame back. One, shame ain't coming back. I mean, so you might as well just, it ain't going to happen. And if it does, these women still going to do whatever they want to do anyway, because there's always a dude out there who will take it, pause, right? Who will take their nonsense and make it okay and simp over her.
Full-on tits out is no problem, and comment down below what you think. But again, things can get a lot weirder because when you start introducing actual breastfeeding, you've completely lost the plot. Now on the surface, this just looks like a mother making the occasional wholesome breastfeeding video to simply showcase that breastfeeding is natural and should be done anywhere at any time without shame, which I don't really have a problem with. However, when you take a closer look at her page, then what the hell is this video? Do you still think there's nothing sexual here? Well, then what about this one, where she's wearing the skimpiest see-through robe, presenting her ass to the camera while wearing no bra, while she's pretending to be a stripper sweeping up $100 bills? Yeah, she's not fooling anyone, and her page is clearly targeted to a male audience with a sexual undertone. Now, I don't care if she's making content to promote breastfeeding and this weird suggestive nonsense separately, but when you combine the two on the same page, that's when it becomes fucking weird. Why do you want to invite gooning on the very same page that you claim you want to use to normalize breastfeeding? It makes absolutely no sense. And the weird thing is, her breastfeeding vids actually do 10 times better than her goon videos, so it doesn't even make sense to mix it in. But I guess these Insta thoughts just can't help themselves, which is highly disturbing when you put your real kid in it. At least the freaks on Instagram and YouTube do this with a doll, because apparently that lets you show titties in full view on both platforms and not get banned. And so as women get older, they simply become more creepy and more desperate because they are allowed to, and they are engaging in all of this weird shit because dating becomes 10 times more.
This is just disgusting. I don't, like I said, I don't really know a lot of those creators on TikTok, but apparently they have a lot of followers. People like what they do. People like her twerking with her son and apparently kissing her son. Whoa. But on the lips, right? Like, I guess passionately. What is going on here? But yes, when that attention goes, when that currency goes, they really start to crash out, right? They really start to be creepy. They start to act in different ways because that attention that they used to get from men and even women in some cases has gone. It's dried up like them. So they have to do something to keep people interested, right? To keep men interested. So they have to do and have to basically raise the bar in terms of shock value, right? So they can keep that attention going, keep those likes going, keep men interested in them. Because here's the thing, right? They can try to look as young as they possibly can. They just look like an old young woman, right? They look like a 50-year-old, 20-year-old. That's it. So they have to find different ways to, sorry, I got my pen in my hand. They have to find different ways to make themselves valuable at that age. And so there has to be a shock value there, right? Disgusting.
More difficult, and getting commitment from quality men becomes almost impossible for them.
And then you come away from the date and then you never hear from that person again, even if you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them.
Any other girls out there who have basically been single for a super long time, just think, I want someone else to be there for me and say, I've got this, and you don't have to think about having to do everything by yourself all of the time.
Ouch, that does not sound like a good time. And like I proved in my Age of Desperation video, linked up here, A lot of these women are their own worst enemies by perpetuating this fake lifestyle of eternal bliss when they are single and still dating as an older woman, but behind closed doors, things are actually a lot more miserable.
Why aren't you going ahead and getting married? What are you doing? You think you can just party forever? As though I'm like making a choice to do this.
And her brain has been completely scrambled by the LA dating scene.
The reason that I don't trust men and the reason that I think they all suck and you might as well get a hot rich one because they're all gonna suck and ghost you and cheat on you and love bomb you.
I usually send a text something along the lines of like, surprised I didn't hear from you. I take this to mean you're not interested, all the best. I've sent that, however, and not heard from him and now been ghosted and then he didn't respond to that text. Like, the fire's been started. Once the fire has started, you're now for the plot. You're now a bit. I can throw it up in flames. I can set the whole thing on fire. I can burn the house down.
Yep, she's...
Yeah, I was about to say that, man. She gone. She gone. Stay away from women like this. I don't really have much to say. She's been chatted out probably since she was in her teens. Leave her alone. Do not mess with her. Like, this is crazy that you're even giving whoever she's talking about, you're even giving her attention. Like, what's wrong with you, dog? Leave her alone. This woman is gone. You don't even want to have a one-night stand with her, bro. Leave it alone.
Cooked. Since, like I showed in my older women dropping massive truth bombs video linked up here, they all try to spin a narrative that is far more positive than the reality.
It's about being older and being single.
I don't even have a person to get pregnant with.
Now, another interesting phenomenon that's never talked about when it comes to older women is that a lot of them are actually broke losers.
Unemployed, live with your parents, figuring your life out basically.
I am 41 years old, single, without kids, living in a van outside my mom's house.
Feeling a bit lost and behind and I'm like, what the f am I doing? So I
living in a van down by the river.
Mandatory training. And I am...
Yeah, man. I think let me go back here. Sorry, I skipped back too far. But I think we covered this woman right here in a previous video, I believe, or I think I might have seen her before. But if you watch the whole video, her mom was absolutely tired of it. Her mom was like, why are you here? Right. And I've said this in previous videos. You talk to women typically over like 30, 35, 40 plus, right? They're burnt out. They don't want to work. They probably didn't really save. They were trying to live a high class lifestyle in their 20s. During college and in grad school, and then they get to their 30s and 40s and they got nothing to show for it. No family, no kids, no husband, no savings, no retirement, living in a van down by the river like Buddy from SNL. Craziness, man.
A tiny home. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house. Mom, you happy that I'm moving next door?
Yeah.
She tired
You
of
see,
it.
you constantly hear about men being broke and living with their parents at 30, but a woman in her 30s or even 40s who lives with her parents is some sort of independent queen who supposedly chooses a soft life.
Example of soft girl life. I'm choosing a softer life where I'm living with my parents to indulge in a job and my creativity that I just enjoy more, and no desire to work towards a mortgage.
What a bunch of bullshit. These women aren't choosing anything, they're simply struggling, which is okay and can happen to a lot of people, but don't try to sell it as some spiritual choice. But the story gets even more ridiculous when you start taking a closer look.
Half of me thinks, no, Lindsay, you're being lazy, sort your life out, get a job, like a lot of negative self-talk.
How is getting a job and sorting out your life negative self-talk? It is basic functioning as an adult human. And this is what I mean, right? These modern older women never grow up. They just become toddlers in adult bodies, wanting a man to fully take care of them as if they are a child. But
Bro, they're tall children. Let's just call modern women what they are. They are tall children. They never want to grow up. They don't want any responsibilities. They don't want to sacrifice. They want the world to feel sorry for them. And they want to get as much as they can for as least work as possible, right? I mean, that's it. The sooner you understand that, the better.
The point is that society would never let a man comfortably wallow in this much chaos and say, no, it's just fine, just focus on self-healing and do whatever feels right.
I'm not sure if I want to do the business anymore, then what the hell am I doing? Feeling sorry for myself and had a bit of a cry. I've been wallowing, and that's allowed.
No, they would call him a fat bald loser and demand he gets his shit together, as he should. And this again proves that the narrative being spun does not align with reality, because they all keep shouting that older women know what they want and that is why they raise their standards. But do you really think that these two have any clue what they want?
Maybe the only way to be happy is to be settled down, get a house, have a partner and have kids. Am I just deluding myself?
So somebody just made a really fair comment. It was something along the lines of, so you post on here about not chasing, not looking for validation outside of yourself, and yet you do post on social media. Is that not for external validation? And you're probably right. It's like on some subconscious level, perhaps it is looking for some kind of external validation.
Why the hell am I showing up here and advocating the child-free lifestyle if I'm not 100% sure about it? It's because nobody is 100% sure what they're doing with their life.
And so just like them, millions of older women are either finding themselves on some sort of self-love healing journey where they slowly spiral out of control with all the self-healing they're doing.
I have come to the conclusion that today is the day that I'm done healing. I am done manifesting my dream life. I'm done with the self-development. I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous the self-development journey can actually be, especially when you kind of become obsessed with it.
Or they are dating themselves into oblivion, trying to stay young and show that they can easily get any guy they want, but failing to get actual commitment from those guys.
It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult.
Yeah, this is what I call chasing the dragon, right? Trying to chase that high that they had when they were with Chad or Tyrone in college and high school, and they keep chasing that fantasy. They keep chasing that type of guy. Problem is, at that age, at this age, late 30s, 40s, 50s for women, that window closes, right? That window has been closed. Not saying that they don't still have value, but if a man wants to have a nice time, have some peace, look to get married and have children, these women are way down on the totem pole, right? So, but they'll keep trying, right? They'll stay on the dating apps. They'll stay chasing after the same men that they got when they were in their 20s. And they won't change, right? Look at this one. Oh, let's keep going.
Finding somebody that's got the same weirdness as you. It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding someone that you like, that likes you back.
Yeah, I still don't get why women think it's some sort of flex, since for most men this also applies. You can easily get some washed up 40-year-old broke stripper or prostitute. As a matter of fact, Exhibit A.
The money's really good, but the loneliness is dead sad. I'm basically in a hotel room by myself until a client comes knocking at my door. I love a boyfriend.
See, she's just waiting for you nice guys to sweep her off her feet. Any takers?
Actually being married with a baby in my hand.
I don't think so. And so what these older women don't want to acknowledge is that it's not them being picky amongst the pool of great men. That was 15 years ago.
Right.
No, now the reality is that most of the men that are interested in them are either really young, early 20-year-olds looking for some sort of sugar mama relationship, or much older men for whom a 37 or 40-year-old is a hot young thing. Because the only eligible men that they come across in their 30s and 40s are just playing with them.
I think people have gone horrible in this modern world. I really do. If you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them and that you want to see them again, and they just send nothing back, I think it's so rude. It's so rude and super disrespectful.
You see? So now that type of behavior is...
I mean, ma'am, you shouldn't be dating at your age. You should probably be married with kids, and you just shouldn't be out here like that. This is what feminism has done. It's lied to these women. And that's why, like, you just shouldn't feel sorry for them. You shouldn't feel sorry for them. These women have had plenty of chances, I am sure, to push push their chips to the middle of the table and get out of the dating market. But because they're holding out for that 1%, they're holding out for that top guy, they're holding out for the guy that hit it once or twice, you know, one summer in college, one summer in grad school, and they're chasing that high. They never want to settle, so they end up like this. So don't feel sorry for them. I mean, they did it to themselves. This is what they wanted. And I think society is going to have a very big problem in the future with all of these single, unmarried, uncoupled women. Going to have a lot of issues.
Is rude, but the reality is, back in the days, they were doing the exact same thing when they were getting messages from like 50 dudes, and they were stringing them all along.
We tend to be attracted to the ones that don't actually want us or don't actually act like they like us very much, and all it is our ego trying to prove to ourselves that we can get them because they're unattainable.
But now that they are approaching 40 and want someone to cuddle with late at night or travel with, now that behavior is suddenly rude. And so I always laugh at these responses because it's women like these that will always tell on themselves and how they used to go from guy to guy, always looking for the next best thing, and completely disregarding the nice guy that would actually treat them right.
Like the ones that put in effort and show that they like us, we disregard.
So you see, she's smart enough to realize she's been chasing men that she knew would not treat her right, but still after all those years did nothing to change that. And now she's complaining that the men are playing games with her. Yeah, just keep doing the same thing and one day it will definitely work out. In a land far, far away. This was Older Women Getting...
Folks, don't feel sorry for them. Don't save them. This is the life they chose. This is the life they wanted. This is the life they fought for. Just let them be. Just let them be. You go on and do your own thing. Because that woman said it. She disregarded the guys who were nice to her. She disregarded the men who I'm sure would have treated her well. And she could have been married and settled down by now. But no, she ain't want that. She wanted to keep chasing the men who are tall, attractive, probably had money. And those guys have other women to be with. Right? So, and that's the thing with these women. They think that men are infinite, right? They think that there's a ton of men out there who are going to consistently be attracted to them, that they can get, and they're just never going to run out of options. But the fact of the matter is they do. At some point they run out of options. Now again, that woman might marry, she, you know, might have a family one day, but she's not going to be happy. The guy's not going to be her first choice, and more than likely he's going to be a beta Brad. It is what it is. And then she'll divorce him at 50 and then be right back out on the streets, right? Looking for the next high. Folks, I think we're going to leave it there. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel. Leave your comments down below. Tell me how you feel about the video. Until next time, eat well, sleep well, be well. I'll see you guys later. Peace.